Good morning, beautiful people. It's Tuesday morning, September 24th, and I'm at work. Well, I'm in the parking lot at work. Going to go in eventually. Um, but I want to talk about getting started on a new lifestyle. Getting started, changing your diet, changing the way you live, improving your health. Now, I know it can be really scary. And when people talk about being a vegetarian or being a vegan, uh, that seems overwhelming. That seems like this huge monumental change that, oh my God, I'm never going to eat meat again. Oh my God, I'm never going to eat cheese again. Um, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Every little bit helps. Let me tell you a little bit about how I got started. I, um, After being a diabetic for 18 years, I hadn't eaten fruit in 18 years. No fruit in 18 years because I was, told it was the devil. It was evil. It was going to kill me. Um, a friend of mine, started teaching me a little bit about insulin resistance and how it was caused by fat in your diet, by fat in your body. And so I took a leap of faith and I started eating fruit. I started with, eating some apples, oranges. I was big on oranges. I'd pick up a little container of grapes, a pound of grapes, and I'd eat that throughout the day. And just by doing that, by having a couple of oranges, a pound of grapes, maybe a banana or two, an apple, um, I ended up losing like 17 pounds in a month. Now, I wasn't being strict. When I wasn't eating that, do you know what I was doing? I was stopping at McDonald's in the morning and getting a sausage biscuit and a Diet Coke. I would stop at the gas station 7-Eleven and buy 2 slices of pizza in the evening on my way home. So, by no stretch of the imagination was I being strict, was I being healthy. But I saw these huge results without even trying, without being serious about it. And so that convinced me to, okay, I need to take a look at this. I need to start, let's take this a little more seriously. And so then I cut out the fast food. Um, I started, I got a blender and I started making fruit smoothies. My go-to, that was like my staple, was bananas, strawberries, and blueberries. And bananas are great because they're cheap. I don't know, here in Texas, they're 44 cents a pound. Everybody can afford to buy bananas. So I would make up smoothies to take with me to work for the day. 64-ounce jug of smoothies that I would take with me to work every day because that was easy. Because then I didn't have to make a choice about what I was going to eat at lunch. And I would drink that. And then at that point, I was still eating a little bit of meat. I might have some chicken breast at dinner, which crazy. I thought chicken breast was healthy. That's what they teach us. Chicken breast is healthy. Trust me, I know now it is not healthy. It's one of the worst. I'll talk to you about that one another day. Um, but then I started seeing more weight loss. The way I felt started getting better. And so then it encouraged me to go even further. So then I cut out all meat. I cut out dairy. I cut out, all processed foods. I started reading. I read the 80-10-10 diet by Douglas Graham. And then that led me over to the China Study by T. Colin Campbell. Amazing information. The things you learn from that, you just can't unlearn. It changes you. And then my body started to detox. And what I mean my body started to detox is that, all this, the meat, the processed food, that builds up in your system, in your intestines. And honestly, it takes weeks to get all that out. You'd be amazed how long it takes to get all that out. And then all the toxins, everything else, from all the processed food and chemicals that were built up in my body, they started coming out. And then something crazy happened. My actual taste buds started to change. They started getting more sensitive. Now, I didn't eat much in the way of fruits. I didn't eat fruits for 18 years. And vegetables, I would have a salad, with greens, maybe some mushrooms, maybe some shredded carrots, but that was it. I didn't even like tomatoes. I hated tomatoes. The only way I eat them was on a burger. Then all of a sudden, I love tomatoes. I didn't like melons. I told everybody I didn't like melons. I eat at least 1 or 2 melons every day now. I'm absolutely obsessed with melons. It's like my taste buds came alive, and I started to appreciate all these different flavors. And then I started to find that, I would eat fruit throughout the day. For the longest time, all I ate was fruit through the day. And then at night, I'd have a giant green salad. I mean, a giant green salad. I mean, like, I'd get a big mixing bowl and fill it up with salad. And I'd have onions, I'd have peppers, I'd have mushrooms, and I'd have Roma tomatoes cut up all over it. And I absolutely loved it. I found an extremely low-fat yogurt-based dressing that had almost no fat in it, only 45 calories a serving, that I would use, and I'd be ravenous, and I would eat it up like it's the most delicious thing in the world. And then, now I've come a little bit further now that I eat a lot more whole grains. I eat muesli, which is this oatmeal mix with dried fruit and nuts in it. I like to have a bean soup at lunch, along with a melon during the day. Maybe throw in a mango or two throughout. And then, whatever for dinner. But the whole thing is, it's always just whole food, plant-based diet. And along this way, it's been 4 months now, a little over 4 months. And, I'm at 65 plus pounds down. I've gotten rid of the diabetes. I've gotten rid of the high blood pressure. And I feel amazing. I love the way I look. I love the way I feel. And it's not just my physical, it's my mental too. It's a sense of peace. It's a sense of control. That's a big one, control. Because my body had been out of control for 20 years. And I just was trying to wrangle it. I was just, throwing medications, throwing insulin, metformin, lisinopril, all these things to just try to keep my body from being completely out of control. And now all that's gone, and now I'm in control. I'm in control of my health. I'm in control of my body. I'm in control of my future. I'm also in control of my emotions. I'm a more compassionate person now. I'm better at my job. I'm a better father. I have more focus. Those things that I used to hate doing, those calls that I didn't want to make it work, now I just pick up the phone and do it. And I know it sounds crazy that, that it changed your mental well-being, but it does. And the main thing I want you to know is this doesn't have to be all or nothing. Making those small steps. Even if, say, you cut out meat and dairy in breakfast and lunch, and then you have a regular dinner. You're going to start seeing results. And you're going to start seeing a change in how you feel. And once you start seeing those changes, once you start feeling the difference, then that's going to encourage you to go even further and do even more. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't feel like, I got to go all in and I got to do everything at once. You don't. It's a process. It's a lifestyle. And again, I want to make sure you don't call it a diet. Don't think of it as a diet. A diet just means anything what you eat. Cheeseburgers and fries is a diet. But the word diet has that negative connotation. It means you're restricting yourself. I don't restrict myself. That was the key to all this, is that I eat until I'm full. I get hungry, I eat. But I only eat real foods. I found that I can eat fruit and vegetables and whole grains all day long to my heart's content. And the scale keeps going down. My blood pressure keeps going down. My blood sugar gets amazing. And I'm the happiest I've been probably ever. So don't be scared.